If you're an artist, brand or creator and you want to make sure your business is on the right track, we have some winning financial formulas we're unpacking in this video. I've said this before and you might know this about me already. I'm the son of an accountant. Now this doesn't mean that I'm intuitively better at maths or more capable of reading financial documents than anyone else. I don't have an accounting qualification, but I have had something that most people haven't had, and that's someone constant in their life who's been there to help them manage their money well. Now you can pay an accountant to do a service for you, but will they care? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. You need someone who's going to ask you the tough questions. I'll often speak to clients and be quite direct when it comes to money. It's not that I'm trying to be rude or intrusive or step on anyone's toes, but you can't bury your head in the sand when it comes to your numbers. It's so important to have people around you who will ask you the difficult questions and make sure you're measuring the right metrics. I must stress before we go any further, I'm not a financial advisor, and any losses incurred by you taking the advice through these videos is your own fault, because I'm not going to tell you to invest in anything. I'm just trying to help you to manage your money well. Let's kick off with a foundational principle. Put profits first. If you're not planning to produce profit, you'd probably be better off running a not-for-profit or a charity. Speak to your accountant to get some tax advice over different structures. You need to put profits first and plan for profit. You can't save your way to making more money. You will need to spend money in order to see a return. A lot of people are very apprehensive. They're trying to do everything they can to avoid spending anything whilst trying to maximize the money that they make. This is a near impossible task. You need to plan, you need to put profits first. So let's look at an example of how you can put profits first. For a moment, and just for a moment, let's imagine you don't have to pay any tax. So we'll take that out of the equation. Now, of course, you do have to pay tax. Please don't avoid paying tax and blame me. You'll have to speak to the Inland Revenue about what you do and don't do. Anyway, let's just forget tax and let's do some simple maths here. You want to generate £100,000 profit after your expenses. So how are you going to do this? Now, if your current outgoings are £10,000 on marketing and running costs, can you generate £110,000 in sales? If that's possible, fantastic. You've got low costs and you can generate really good sales. But for many businesses, it's going to take a lot more. Maybe you'll have to spend £100,000 in order to generate £200,000 in sales. Again, put profits first. If your aim is £100,000 profit, focus on that, build out your budget based on that result. The second key principle is to make sure that you measure the metrics that matter. A lot of people that I work with in creative industries are obsessed with the stats when it comes to their audience size. People have traded perceived popularity for actual business sustainability. I want to encourage you to be liberated from measuring the wrong metrics. Now, of course, social media numbers are a good indicator. You should be tracking those each month, but you need to look at the bottom line. You need to look at the conversions that you get from people landing on your website to signing up to your email list. You need to plot out how many sales meetings you've had each month and how many people have been converted into customers. And then you need to strategize of how you can improve on those metrics. The third and final principle is to make sure you have accountability. The word accountant and accountability are quite similar. I don't think it's a coincidence. Your accountant's there to make sure that you trade legally, to help you with your tax, and they can offer a range of other services. But if you want someone relationally to speak to about putting profits first, how to measure the right metrics in your industry, please do give us a shout. We're not financial advisors, but we do love to help people to build their brands. We do care enough to ask the difficult questions in the context of an ongoing relationship. When it comes to the driving seat, we have 4 foundational frameworks: get in gear, personal development; the wheel, creative development; the road, brand development; and finally, the fuel. This is how you develop and grow a business. You need cash in the bank, fuel in the tank to drive your vehicle forward. And there are 3 things that we like to encourage artists, brands and creators to do. Firstly, increase your income streams. If you're overly reliant on one income stream, you might find yourself in hot water. It might not be robust and sustainable. We teach people the 5-level offering to look at this. Secondly, you need to improve earning trends. You need KPIs that you're measuring. You need analytical tools to do this. Spot the trends and focus in the right areas. And finally, you need to invite your customers deeper. Bring people into your crowd, sell them low-end products, give them free content. Then you need to draw people into your community where they start spending more money with you. And finally, draw them into the core where they become your key customers that you look after. If you do a good job here, you form the inner circle. And then these raving fans tell their friends, their family, they tell people in the industry about how good you are at what you do. We want to help you to get fuel in the tank to move further and faster. We've only just scratched the surface here looking at money. There are so many topics that we could talk about. It's a really important area, but I'd like to share this with you. A few years ago, I needed some help with my business. I was going through a pivot and I knew that we were going to lose a lot of money before it turned round. This person came in and asked a lot of difficult questions about how I was managing the business, how I was looking after my money, and also what my accountants were doing. They really probed, they digged around, they made sure everything was put in order, and they gave my accountants a very polite but a real grilling. If you'd like help with that kind of approach, if you want someone to look at your business, see what your accountants are doing for you, and make sure you have the right reporting in place, make sure you have the agenda set for your meetings with your financial advisors, please do give me a shout. These things have helped me so much personally, and if I can help you, I'd be really happy.